whatever these hate crimes against you were, whatever these bullying tactics or methods used to delay or drag out a season or a period or a cycle of your life that was meant to be closed, meant to allow you to move forward in your life. Whatever seasons or cycles you've been going through, dealing with destruction, dealing with calamity, dealing with delays, it's coming to an end. The gossip about you is most people are trying to figure out, how did you make it through? How do you not care? Why are you still optimistic? How is there still things moving forward in your life? Meaning, if people are trying to figure these things out, these were the things that they were trying to stop in your life. I keep telling you, there's going to be periods of your life where you're not going to understand why you have forces that come up against you. Why it has to be you, where you have to encounter people. You have to go through cycles and periods and seasons of your life where you have to learn how to accept, maneuver, adjust, be the bigger person, walk away. You got to be the one sticking up for yourself. You got to be the one stating your case, stating your claims, taking your prayers to God, cleansing your energy, cleansing your body. Let me tell you something. You're not going to understand why you got to put the most work in to receive what you're about to receive. You're not going to understand why you have to put the most work in when you're such a dutiful person. Why you have to go up against delusional, low vibrational energies. And I keep telling you, these people are built different and not in a good way. It used to be a time where you fought, or I grew up play fighting. You know, we try to see who could slap each other the hardest, or, you know, who can get the last lick in or the last hit in. I grew up playing like that, and we still were friends at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fought, you got beef with somebody, you could keep that beef to the day you die and take it to the grave. But these people literally wanted to put you in the grave. They literally wanted, it made them feel better to see you not doing better than them. Maybe out of context, they wanted you to do good in life. Maybe they wanted you, but I don't think nobody had it in the cards for you that you would take it to levels that you did. Because I'm talking to my people where all your life, in different areas of your life, and seasons of your life, and periods of your life, you had people in different categories, confirmation, around you that either bullied you, talked harshly about you, tried you, wanted the worst for you, was upset with you when the worst that happened to you couldn't defeat you. But they were out here wanting the worst to happen to you, making it happen. You understand what I'm saying? You had people that were around you that something about you, they had to compete with you. Something about you, they had to have what you had. Something about you, they had to get up in your lane and do it better than you, and you're in your lane. They didn't want to forge their own path. There was something about you where people wanted to throw dirt up on your name. People wanted to fight you. People wanted to say one thing and do another. People wanted to make it seem like they had. These people got identity crisis. I would hate to want to see how they handle midlife crisis. These people got attention deficit disorder. They got personality disorder. Hell, they got a mental damn disorder, if you ask me, in the utmost degree. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no pleading the fifth with that. It's clear to see, and it's clear as day. You had a hell of a lot of people turn against you. And because they thought that power ran in groups and how much money you had up in your bank account and what damn popularity test and who could win it, they thought you was on the losing end. That the odds were not in your favor and would never be in your favor. But I keep telling you, whatever this man-made catastrophe was in your life, it's already initiated a God-sent wrath upon these people's lives. It may have been funny to gossip about you and force their hand and push their weight around in your life, calling themselves God up in your life. If they don't want you to do better, you're not going to do better. If they're bitter and miserable about themselves, then you're going to be bitter and miserable. If you think that you're going to have peace and go off and live well and do well, I'm telling you, you're not going to understand. You're not going to understand. But see, I keep telling you, when we go back to the story of Esther, when we go back and we talk about different biblical stories where it's different characters in these stories, you got an antagonist and you got a protagonist, right? The antagonist never shows their hand. You never see it up front unless you use discernment, unless you pray, right? Because these are the people who play like they're on your side, but they really not. They play like they're good people to get accepted, but they're really not. They act like they don't have a problem with you, but behind closed doors, they do. Because they would not be stressing and pressed about you this hard. If you have no dealings and no ties to anything that goes wrong or right in these people's lives, you got no ties to anybody who they got up in their life, then why in the hell are they stressed and pressed and obsessed with destroying you and having you beneath them? It doesn't make good sense. And I keep telling you, man, let me tell you something. We dealing with real life out here. I don't know if these people down was in remedial courses all their life and rode the yellows, the small yellow bus all their life, or probably still riding it. Need to be in it or on it. Baby, let me tell you something. Something is wrong. Something is most definitely wrong when you have somebody who's not focused on you, not causing you any problems up in your life. But I don't know if the devil done seep through these people's spirits in their head and made them want you to want to live a horrible life. But people are seeing, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something like my grandma told me. They ain't your friend. They ain't your friend. You ain't got no friends. You understand what I'm saying? We could understand why old folk was just like, didn't trust nobody. I see it now. I see it now. And let me tell you something. Less people you got around you, less difficulties and stress that you got to deal with. But I'm telling you something, these people are very, very much so built different. These are people who, it don't matter how many years pass by, you're always going to be on their mind. You're always going to be in the back of their mind. You're always going to be somebody that they feel like, and I don't know if they got somebody that's keeping tally, keeping count, taking votes. Because if I'm somebody that's nowhere around you in your vicinity, you ain't calling me, you ain't stressing me. You know what I'm saying? We done caught it bygones. We done cut ties. We done broke bonds. We done broke bread. We not around each other no more, baby. You not a thought on my mind. I'm not focused on trying to sit up here and figure out things that I could do to block things and delay things and restrict things and limit things up in your life so that you can seemingly look like you are down bad or seemingly look like they are doing better. And I keep telling you, whatever is meant for you will always be for you. Live your life and let other people live their life. You got beef, you take it up with God. You got pressure, you got an issue, you got a problem, you take it up with God. You go figure out some help that you need to go get, and you go get that. It is not your problem to hold and to bear how other people feel about you. Because last time I checked, God has the last say so. God has the last say so, not these people who, because let me tell you something, if every person up in the world hated you, wanted the worst for you, you understand what I'm saying? You wouldn't have a hell of a lot of people out here that made it today, that made it and became president, became the first lady, became vice president, became the first black or the first Hispanic or the first minority in their company to have make six figures or get a promotion or be in a C-suite level executive position. You have a hell of a lot of people who wouldn't be doctors today, wouldn't be nurses today, confirmation, wouldn't be teachers today, wouldn't be who they're called to be. Everybody has a purpose if you sit your ass down and you figure out what it is. If you sit down for a second to focus on what you need to do to get there, you're not going to tell me that what people wanted for you was natural, ordained, and normal. I don't know if God allowed it for you to see how low people will stoop and the levels people will go. But I'm going to tell you something. You got people who are donating money to these TSA workers that's not getting paid. You have a story that I just shared on my community board where a lady not only adopted a boy who went in for heart surgery, she vouched to her other family members and relatives to take in the other kids that was in a toxic home environment where this boy was dropped off. He was under social services. He was dropped off in the hospital by himself. There was no adult present for this serious and major procedure that needed to be done on him. And that's a whole nother conversation in itself. I keep telling you, you know, they're supposed to be in position to find good placements for these children, but it seemed like they put them in worse predicaments and situations of their life. And I just don't know if they're just underpaid, overworked. The proper budget just isn't allocated or set for that. But what I'm saying is, when you have people, this was a doctor, they didn't have to do it, but she went out her way to make it happen. When you have goodness like that, and people who are willing to go the distance and go the mile to do that, you're gonna tell me that what these people did against you was sane? They went the distance not to go and help someone else, not to go put somebody else on. They went the distance to strong arm you, bully you, take from you, attack every area up in your life, attack your loved ones. And I already told you, you want to go over different methods and tactics that they use. I told you to go on my previous live I just did and go on my other videos. Baby, let me tell you something. Witchcraft is very much so real. And what's even more diabolical is when you got couples willing to do it together, either on another male or another female that's not even in their life, that's not even focused on them. You would have never raised up your hand. They just sat their ass down and just let you move forward with your life. How their life would have been looking so much different now. Maybe that relationship could have prospered. But let me tell you something. If it's a match made in hell, it was never going to prosper from the beginning. It had nothing to do with you. But this is what I keep telling you, man. This is what I'm gonna keep telling you to the end of time. I say this to say, people who went up against you, they didn't have a plan in place. The plan was overpower you, you would be defeated. The plan was get people to walk away from you. You know what I'm saying? Get people to try to sit up here and and you know what I don't understand? They talk smack about what you do, but they don't want to do it. They want to cause things to go astray up in your life, but they want to assume the position. They want to study you, be you, copy you, duplicate you, imitate you, destroy you, be better than you, have you shooting bad, but they're trying to force these things to go the way that they want it to go, but that ain't the way that God wanted to go. Let me tell you something. If that was the way that God wanted to go, they wouldn't have to try so hard. Next. If that was the way that God wanted to go, then let me tell you something. If that was the way that God wanted to go, people wouldn't have to keep putting plans in place to have you go through certain cycles of your life. It's not funny that you went through it. It's not even funny that you endured it. What's funny is the fact that people are willing to go the distance and go the mile to screw you over. It says a lot about who you are. It says a lot about these people's mental state. You never said you was better. Hell, you never even knew what was destined for you. You put the plans together, open up your mouth, you put your hands to work, you put your mind to work, and you made it happen. They should have never came for you. Whoever was jealous, seeing you on the rise, it struck a nerve that these hoes was trying to preserve. And they did something against you that you didn't deserve. And now God is about to come through and he about to deliver and serve. Because let me tell you something. They should have stayed on their turf and allowed you to be on your turf. And whatever battles that y'all was going to do, it should have been a fair fight. It should have been a fair win. You want to play dirty, you finna get done dirty. Point blank, period. You are who you are. Let your light shine. Be who you're called to be. Be yourself. Baby, let me tell you something. I love waking up. I love getting out in the sun. I don't care how much money I got up in my bank account. I don't care what people think they know about my business. I don't care what they think they know about past, future, current. I do not care what they think they know about my upbringing, my background, because I'm going to tell you something. Unless you hearing it out of the horse's mouth, unless you got receipts, unless you got proof, unless you got your pots in your pants, okay? They shouldn't be coming for you. They shouldn't be out here speaking on things that they do not know, that is of not their concern. It is not their priority to focus on you. It's not their priority to attack you. It's not their priority to sit up here and be in competition with you. What they wanted to make a priority is what's going to serve as their demise. What they wanted to seek out up in your life is what's going to serve as part of their demise. What they act like they couldn't put down and let go, it's going to serve as part of their demise. What they cause upon your life, because they're not going to have the same level of protection as you, is what's going to serve as part of their demise. All these people trying to pop their head up, all these people trying to watch to see, are you rising, are you ascending, are you lifting up, is God getting ready to prepare you for the next blessing up in your life? Let me tell you something. That's for you to know, that's for God to plan out, and that's for these people to figure the hell out and find out if they ever do. Let me tell you something. What's meant for you gonna always be for you. Let me tell you something. You are God's gladiator. You was done wrong. You was deprived. People attacked your family. You went through major losses up in your life. Do you hear me what I'm saying? But somehow, some way, that rage that was in you, that strength, that power that was within you, had you winning every single battle that these people placed you in, and they wanted to sit where they was at. They placed their bets. Confirmation. Y'all heard that horn beat. They wanted to sit wherever they was at. They wanted to place their bets. They wanted to put you up in the ring. They wanted to put you up in the arena. They wanted to make it an unfair fight. If y'all seen Gladiator 1 and Gladiator 2, right? Go look at it. Go watch the movies. They wanted to make things unfair for you. Because the plan was, and going in without a plan was to overpower you, to strong arm you. And for the life of me, I would never understand why someone like you got to keep dealing with people like this. I would never understand what people out here saying that got people up in their mind and got people fixated on you like this, where they have to, it's like you're nowhere around. Why in the hell are they watching you and attacking you? What is the purpose? What is the reason? Where's the damn sense up in that? But I keep telling you, boy, if it's a fight that people want, all they got to do is let you know the date, the time, and the location. I don't understand why people doing the back and forth and doing the sneaky stuff on the side. Because at the end of the day, you are God's top gladiator. There's not a fight that you run from. There's not a fight that you place in that you lose. It's not about where you start. It's where you end up. The going may have been tough. You may have come across a lot of unscrupulous characters, okay, up in your life. But I'm telling you right now, mark my words, baby. God ain't finna just let you slip. He ain't finna let you go. You his gladiator. You his top gladiator. If y'all see the process and how they have that go, they pick which gladiators they even want to pick and buy based upon how they fight these fights up in the arena. It wasn't about people seeing you go through cycles of your life of scarcity, of poverty, of homelessness, of betrayals, of being friendless, being penniless, being betrayed, being contactless, being this, being attacked, being lied on, being deceived. All these different things, going through corruption, going through fraud, going through all these different things. All these different things that kept happening to you. In the arena, people saw you in the arena. You also had people who was watching, who was keeping tally, who was keeping count. Maybe people know you about that. Oh, people know you about that. I promise you, ain't nobody stepped yet and knocked on your door yet, called your phone, that bullshit, because they see all what you done been through. They know they forced it. They know they caused it to happen. They know they was working together, and it didn't defeat you. So they're sitting back and they're just like, dang, if you can overcome that, and I didn't even go through that, then, oh, okay. It took some strength to get through that, right? It took some strength for you to be around people who was about drama. You had to pop out and show people. Sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one to keep the score with them. Sometimes you got to show people. See, they didn't want to respect you being quiet. They didn't want to respect you staying on your porch. They didn't want to respect you keeping your mouth shut. They didn't want to respect you walking away, so now you got to show people another side. so that they respect and understand where you're coming from when you tell people, leave me the hell alone. Leave me and mine alone. I don't bother you, don't bother me. I ain't attacking you, don't attack me. I ain't got a damn thing to do with how you feel and what you want. Or you want somebody to win, but you just don't want them to be better than you. You don't control that. You're not God. If you had any sense and you had any heart, baby, you would do you and let that shit fly and hit where it's gonna hit and let it land where it land. You wouldn't be focused on, oh, I'm gonna do this, but if I do this, what if it's not better than them? But if I attack them, I make them be shooting bad, then I could be up here and the little bit that I do with the little bit of reach that I do get. Oh, okay. Keep telling you dealing with weak hoes. Like you dealing with people who, man, are weak. Got some issues. Got some damn mental problems. Got some self-love issues. Got some mental problems. Got some personality disorders. Got some damn mental problems. Absolutely. Because I don't see who the hell would sit up here and do that. Baby, go sit your ass down somewhere and go love yourself. Go fight for yourself. Go do for yourself. Go be who you're called to be. Do what you're meant to do. Get off of focusing on someone else and you will be doing better in your life. You would know what the next steps of your life you need to take. God can better talk to you. You can hear him better. If you just do what? Focus on you. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm in the bit in the teaching. If you in the bit in the learning, absolutely. Absolutely. You are God's gladiator. You know what I'm saying? You're his gladiator. It's a lot of things that people thought would break you, but if it don't shape you, if it don't make you, how it's finna break you? So this is what I'm saying. This is a prime example of people not doing their research, doing their homework, but put you through some cycles that you should have never had to go through. And let me tell you something. That wasn't up and that wasn't for free. You think that there's good people got a hard time trying to make it out here, struggling and dying in poverty. Born into poverty, got to die in poverty. Man, please, go take several seats, please. And these are good people. Good people that's not here today. Didn't have the resources, didn't have the money to get the help, to get the parts, to get the resources. Yeah, let's not do it. Good people. And you sitting up here going out your way to do evil and do wicked. And that ain't what you called to do. You're doing that because of what you feel, because of what you want. And you think you finna win in life? But let me tell you something. Last time I checked, hold on. You there? Do you hear me? Good. Last time I checked, gladiators don't lose no fights. Next.